Hey, crypto media friends, welcome back to the Overtime Show here in Los Angeles as we're at the precipice of global financial disaster. No, come on. It's been a tough couple days, watching our sort of our bags get a bit lighter, but I think this is a great time to, again, look at projects that you might have overlooked, projects that have a lot of great value, and that's kind of, the purpose of what I'm doing here is looking at value that we can create as creators, as well as borrow in a sense and look at examples. And I have some great ones today. Obviously, Animetas is just leading the way consistently. Hey, there's my Cyclops Wolvie guy. In terms of bringing value and leading the way of how to incorporate utility. And I think that they're about like 2 shakes away. I think everybody is from CyberKongs, and this is CyberKongs just is so heavy right now in terms of pricing, because they've had time to delineate what works about marrying DeFi within NFTs, and it's so potent and so powerful, and it's clear that the demand will be high, because the drops on that project are pretty juicy if you can get into. Man, what is it, 50 some ETH just to get one of those Genesis ones? But perhaps over the course here that you're going to get paid back in banana tokens. So, and that's not even a joke, guys. Go look up a CyberKongs video. But I want to talk about Deadheads. I've been recommending looking at that project because I think they're doing some really innovative stuff, and they did the thing I thought that somebody was going to do eventually. And we'll look at the video together. They just released their episode 2. I wasn't too impressed with episode 1, to be honest. It was a bit slow. It still is. I think they're finding their footing. The animation's not bad. It's fun. The storylines are, they need work. They think they're better animators than they are storytellers, to be honest. And I think that they need to invest in better writers. Glue Factory, on the other hand, has amazing writers. So I'm very excited about Glue Factory, still am, and here's one right there. But as an owner of the NFT in the project, you can contribute to the writers' room, and it's been fun. Like I just kind of made some offerings in terms of like jokes and stuff, and they dropped a POAP on me, which is just like hey, you participated in the writers' room coin. Hopefully that leads to something. I think that's I think the hope in terms of participating in something like this, and we'll give a quick review to how they're doing as well. But let's jump into I guess I mentioned Animetas first, and so the Animetas continually just adding more and more value. They did a puzzle. You can see them drawing and working on it now, or here earlier in the month, and it was fantastic art utilizing the Animetas characters, and then they would drop a piece of the puzzle to you, and you would have to combine or trade with others who had Animonkeys. I thought this was interesting. Might be interesting to check out Dorcas, Sewer Rats, Ethereans, and Clever Girls. There seems to be a collab coming with Animetas soon. Seems to be, again, like-minded communities, and I think that's the value that's going to weather the storm, of the economic storm of what's going on sort of outside of the NFT space, in the cryptocurrency space, in the regulation space. So it's just like it's all kind of compressing in onto NFT lands, which is more about collecting and pushing the boundaries of media and interactivity, and I hope that especially with this channel we're able to preserve that and sort of not get too down on the market FUD that's going on right now. And so by making stuff, and so again, still leading the way. D&D, AMAs, I think a lot of people are doing these, video watching parties, and here's the release for how the Animetas puzzle comes together, and you can kind of just see the really nice elements, the really nice designed elements, and you put it together into a puzzle, And the puzzle, which has been trying to sell for a lot, I don't know, other than the collector value of having the puzzle. I'm sure that's the thing, though, with Animetas. There's always value within something. So if you have the puzzle, I'm sure that's going to actually mean something in terms of value down the line. And such interesting iterations of utility. You can rent, so you have this. So here you have high-res versions, 2K versions of the Animetas that you can kind of play with a bit more to create, your own backgrounds, etc., and have fun with. And I saw this too. You can actually lend out, because to go to an AMA or to attend certain functions, you have to have an Animetas. And so, people like me, I have multiples. And so I guess that's a pretty common thing here. And so what you can do is you can rent out and loan out your Animetas for like 0.01 Ethereum per day. Some people had, varying prices, but you can rent it out to people who want to go to the MAs, or people who want to participate in some of the events that might not have it, especially the Animonkeys. And I think that's why the value of the Animonkey was so interesting to me, and why I got one, was there was such a massive utility in this thing that could ostensibly be so many variations of utility. So it was like this Swiss Army knife of utility that I think will still pay dividends way down the line. It's something that I really want to just hold on to and see the different variations of utility that they're going to come up with. Glue Factory.
All these submissions that you're sending in the community writers room. It's so much fun for us to go through all the stuff and see what you came up with and see what we can use and pull and bring into our show and bring this world to life. Speaking of bringing this world to life, some exciting updates on our end are the first story is locked officially. We're done with it. We get to go into a booth and record it as soon as the end of this month, which means we'll have the first episode done and recorded at the end of this month. Can't wait. We're so excited to do that. All the subsequent episodes are in different phases of production. So, 2 is the next one up to be recorded. 6 will be the last one to be recorded. And in between all those steps, there's some joke punching that's happening, some, second drafts of the stories, and then, initial drafts of that last episode based on everything that comes before it. So that'll be the last one to be finished. And I think that's it for our end. On your end, keep those submissions coming. Week 5 is coming out, so keep an eye out for that. That's going to hit this week. Get those submissions in, and
so it's like an interesting look at what's, I think, a nice overview of show running a show and running a television show. This person has a lot of experience in writers' rooms and working in Hollywood. This whole team does. That's why I really like, and I highlighted this show, because I think it has a lot of potential in its execution. It's going to be funny. It's going to be really funny. This is a team that has come from Saturday Night Live, has come from Key and Peele. I mean, just massive great shows. And here you're getting an overview of how a writer's room is run, in a sense, and how you're creating shows, and why you're doing the audio for one show and in an animation show in particular. You have them doing the voiceover for that show, but you still got to make the other episodes, so you got to queue them up and you got to line up those other ducks in a row, so that you're when you're executing the animation part of it, it's a bit more efficient. You're going from one to the next to the next to the next, feeding the pipelines of all the department heads that need to eventually merge together and create the funny stuff that I think you're going to see. And but that becomes the question: what value does having something in NFT land transition into traditional media have? Certainly, I think the Stoner Cats play is, we're going to be on Comedy Central. We're going to break out into something else. I don't know what the plan is here. I know they're going to go for 10-minute episodes, potentially. I think because they're all savvy, and they all have really good agents, that they have the savvy to try and do that. The rewards of which, this is why I'm trying to get my little POAPs. as being present in the writers' rooms and being present in the creation phase of this, because it would be very nice to reward the community that has supported them in the making of which financially. And so just one of the great areas and gray areas of NFT ownership at the moment. And so the next gray area, which I have been teasing, we're going to see together on Deadheads. So let's watch an episode.
Gross. Maybe I can steal that boat.
There's a big hint there, if you guys saw it. There's the second big hint.
Might as well travel
Maybe
in
the third
style.
big hint there.
Make it more boring. That's more like it. Get me more, but
Yep, that is a Bored Ape Yacht Club PFP avatar, animated in 3D, that they own and that they're incorporating into their own original story. This is what I was talking about when I said in previous episodes that you should be looking at what you're buying when you buy the NFT. If you buy the intellectual property rights to your character, you've bought a character to a super famous, a known property. I think that has great potential. Let's watch more, but it's going to be interesting to talk more about, what that means for Deadheads.
Nana, stop it.
Right away, my liege.
I like how she calls me her liege. It's the boring things that make her good at the job. You just don't see service like that very often. Those stoner cats we kidnapped ended up costing me gas for the yacht because they got high and didn't fuel it up properly. They also smelled like a blooming corpse flower.
What the hell is going on here? Where is it? I've got to find it before it's too late.
Hey, psst, hey.
Oh my god. What?
I mean, look at the great animation detail in this piece. Like, she's digging through this land, and like the backgrounds that have been done, the environments, the lighting coming through the window. This is a great creative team that knows how to execute animation. The editing and the storytelling is where they need the help, right?
What are you doing? Who are you?
My name is Damien. I don't know what happened. I thought I died. I mean, I'm pretty sure I died. I was in this, purgatory place.
What? Slow down. What are you saying?
I don't know. I found a...
With my bananas. She's been gone a long time. I don't know if that makes me more bored or if it makes me angry.
We've got to hurry.
What's going on? I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
Should we hide? I don't even know your name.
I'm Clara. We don't have time to hide. Listen, the other day I was out on the boat with the apes, and they found this magical chest at the bottom of the bog. They said it had one of 3 keys that could unlock a paradise unlike anyone ever known. They said it'd make the big boss happy.
The big boss?
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. I just know that we need to stop them.
Who's not in the kitchen? Quick, check the basement.
I found it! It's you!
Hey, get out of there! That's ours!
Oh, me?
The ticket! You still have one!
Ugh, the green decaying one smells like a stoner cat.
Damien! Catch!
I mean, look at that lighting. It's great. They're racking focus. They're doing a lot of really nice things animation-wise. Even the rendering of the Bored Ape characters, is fun with the eyeballs. It's an iconic character and an iconic trait that is being leveraged here, and it looks cool.
Good luck, Damien.
And so it brings us back to episode 1 in a sense, where you have this one character. I guess he's going from world to world, and he'll inhabit a lot of the different variations of different characters within the Deadhead world. And so you'll have a lot of different sort of characters that maybe perhaps look like your own in the storylines. And so I think it's a clever little piece, that they're building, and they went into production right away as soon as they got this. This is what it was for. They were like, we're going to go into production on this series, and they made an animated series, and good for them. They jumped in there. But here's the remarkable part, guys. They're utilizing not only their property, but properties that they can buy and purchase. So you can get a Bored Ape Yacht Club PFP right now and leverage it. You can go get your Vogu and put it in this episode. And they probably should. It was kind of an idea of mine early on to create a concept, with this notion in mind. But here it is in practice. What type of value does it mean? Well, it gives you a lot of fun material to work with. But I think here, unfortunately, the Deadheads, they're lacking in a writing team, and they're lacking in a team that makes a director, honestly, that makes this thing go and works at a better pace. I think they're doing a lovely animation job, but that team needs to creatively get better, and they have the resources to do it. They have the money. They're making a lot of money unendingly as these sort of regenerations of sales happen. They get a piece of that sale. So anytime there's a secondary aftermarket sale, they're getting a piece of that. And so that's what's powering their production, and they're pursuing this great passion project that they have, and I think it's super rad. And they're incorporating other properties that you can, because you can buy them, and you can buy into the biggest most grand projects right now, and you can get a character from that project and you can put it into your own original storyline. I think that as a creator is so super exciting, but the value of which I don't know. You look at the price of Deadheads, certainly much like everything else right now, it's being super constricted, but it didn't raise the value of the Deadheads property. I don't know if they just haven't publicized it. The thing only has maybe a few hundred views amongst its core audience, and I think that's a lack of publicity, of traditional media awareness of knowing what to do when it comes to incorporating these traditional media things into the NFT space. And so they're developing, but I think they're making an amazing headway because they were an early project to create a 3D animation. Sorry, I get so much pressure when like all these like little Discord things pop up. You can hear them, I think, in the background. But the ability to create with other projects characters, I think, is so interesting and phenomenal that this could actually carry over into traditional media. We could do a Simpsons right now, and if I bought a Bored Ape Yacht Club and I'm one of the EPs there, I can incorporate that into the show. Or if I'm Fox, I can incorporate that into the show. There's something very powerful about that. I don't know which way it goes. Potentially, if you put it into the right project, that could mean a lot more value for your NFT project and your NFT. But going this way, Deadheads is trying to incorporate others into their world, and I think it brings great story value. I don't think they're capitalizing on it, though, are they? The apes played, very bad version. They had like bad British accents, and they didn't really do anything in this story, right? So they kind of played the heavies a bit, and their size and their imposition, made for a bit of a thrilling, climax at the end where they almost got the ring. But story-wise, there's something to be improved here. And subscribe, hit below, comment about like what you think they should be doing, and what sort of mashups would you like to see? I think that's going to be such an interesting playground right now for us. Not just in the metaverse, but now in traditional media, we can interact these characters because we own the rights as NFT holders. For most projects. Some projects are a bit careful and they wanted to retain it all so that they could control the transition into media. But in projects like these, sky's the limit. So get out there and create.